I've got off the boat just in case she goes over, because that's just happened. They're working on the fiberglassing now, which is great. We've got 5 separate locations on the back of the boat. 4 on the transom here, and then 1 down by the water line. They're going to grind them out, get rid of all that sort of bad fiberglass that's all destroyed, and just sort of let it dry out, because we think there might be a little bit of moisture maybe just trapped around the edges. Yeah, let's see how we go. After removing the vents and the decals, the guys get stuck straight into prepping the fiberglass for grinding.
For repair the fiberglass, we need to refill the loosened materials.
So Winder's working on the long vertical crack on the starboard side now. So on the inside he's going to put 3 layers of chop strand mat, and then on the outside it's going to be just a polyester resin loose chop strand mat mix. Yeah, let's see how that goes. The next step is to apply a fiberglass reinforced putty. So here you can see it's all nice and cured. The Winder here is sanding away on the filler this morning. So we had to change the strategy for the repairs yesterday. Well, we discovered a fair few spots that needed repairs as well. So instead of just doing gel coat, we're going to do a full back end paint. So that changed the type of repair style he was going to do. So instead of gel coat, now we've gone with a filler. And then we'll do primer, paint, polish, all that kind of stuff, right? So, sanding and primer today, and maybe paint tomorrow. We see, yeah, right? Maybe paint tomorrow. That's what's happening right now, and I'm gonna get working on the next video while Winder keeps going on their repairs. Once all the sanding has been complete, a fairing compound is now used to level out all of the surfaces. The next morning, he gets stuck straight into sanding the fairing compound. So Winder here is applying the primer, and you'll do that, and then what are you going to do after that? Sand it, right? Right. Sand, and then paint. He knows his job.
Well, it's time to put this issue to rest, guys. So as you might have seen in our earlier episodes, we have a problem with this degradation that's occurring in the touchscreen. So spoken to Ray and Marine, they've washed their hands of it. I've been given a lot of great feedback from everybody online about what I should do or what I shouldn't do as well. But in the end, I'm just going to seal it back up and just roll with it. But first things first, we've got this corrosion occurring on the metal sort of trim that goes around the back here where the screws go through. I'm going to treat that with some paint. I'm just going to mask off around the trim here just so that we don't get paint everywhere else. Before I paint, I'm going to put the screws in first just to avoid any of that paint going in. So guys, we're all taped up, screws are down tight. We're gonna go outside now and throw a lick of paint on this. So Winder just got started on sanding the primer. Well, Winder's getting started with plasticking up the hull for the first coat of paint on the repairs. So the boys just got finished putting the paint on and it looks awesome. I can't wait to see what it looks like once they got it polished. God, you can already see a mirror right there, it looks great. So Zephyr's back end is gonna be looking pretty damn good. After having let the paint dry for 24 hours, you'll now get started with the wet sanding, followed by compounding and polishing.
Finish the polish.
You finished the polish.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
That is perfect.
That is awesome. So Winder's got the whole back end taped off. He is going to be doing the new joint. See a difference. This is before the tooling agent and this is after the tooling agent when he rubs it down. Well, that's it guys, they've finished the repairs and it looks incredible. They just have to, those covers, the vent covers, they still just need to do those, but we're going to put the boat in the water before they do that. But the boys have done an awesome job. This is so nice. Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday morning. I was supposed to be splashed yesterday, but that didn't happen because we had a violent windstorm.
Wait, what did I just say? Let's go back to the day before.
So I'm not sure if you can hear me, but this windstorm has come. Luckily, I told them to put more supports in last night because that's just happened. And I was on the boat and it was wiggling so much. Still a little nervous, so we've got more supports on there now. But yeah, I've got off the boat just in case. But yeah, these poor guys over here. I'd seen it coming for a couple days, and fortunately I asked them to put more jack stands under the boat because the boat was just wiggling a lot in the stands, and sadly 2 boats fell over in the boatyard yesterday. I don't think we'll be splashed this afternoon. A big crane has just shown up to lift those boats back up that have fallen over, and they might be here for quite a few hours, so I don't know. So I might just use the opportunity to, I don't know, have a look around, on everything below the waterline, just see if there's anything else I can do that I wouldn't normally have the opportunity to do. So, but first things first, James needs his coffee. So I said a little bit earlier, these are the boats that were knocked over in the wind yesterday, and I got a crane in. I think they're gonna lift them up and right them. So. See how that goes. Gotta love Spain. It doesn't matter what job is going on. At 10 a.m., everybody goes for a coffee break. It happens. This is the crane coming back. They were literally setting up to lift the boat, and the drivers just went, "We're going for coffee." And now they're back. I love Spain. Funny story, when I had my first job working in Madrid, sitting at my desk, 10 o'clock, just had my head down, whatever, doing something on the computer, and I look up and the office is empty, and this is like 60 people, and I had no idea where everybody went. So I was like, oh well, I might as well get a coffee out of the canteen room. I go into the canteen and it's packed, and apparently 10 o'clock in Spain everybody goes for a coffee, and these guys are no exception. I love it. I think they're gonna try and lift that boat first. And right, I was just chatting to one of the yard guys now, and we were talking about when the wind came through yesterday, and he was saying that at one point the harbor guy registered, I think he said about 10 o'clock in the morning, he registered 61 knots of wind. So it was pretty high. I don't know, 61 knots, the boats still shouldn't fall over. I know it's starting to kind of feel like our last couple of months of videos have all been just disaster videos. Boats sinking in Ibiza, boats washing up on shore in Formentera, then boats washing up on shore in Majorca, sails coming apart, boats drifting everywhere, now boats falling over on the hard, our boat getting damaged in the storm, other boats getting damaged in the storms. It just feels like doom and gloom for the last couple months here in Spain. But I promise you, there are good times to come, and we will have some positive, fun sailing experiences coming up. It's just the way it goes sometimes, so yeah.
As the first boat gets lifted out of the way and high winds expected for later in the afternoon, unfortunately this will delay the launch of Zephyr. Alright guys, well I thought I'd take the chance to reinstall our Chartplotter. As you guys might have seen in our last video, Marine has basically said they aren't going to do anything for us, and that's fine. That's their decision. I've taken the time and I've painted around the corrosive areas here to hopefully try and slow that down, and now I'm just going to reinstall it. I actually took the chance as well to paint the adapter plate because there was a little bit here and here in the corners of corrosion as well, so hopefully again that slows that down. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little rim of butyl tape all around here between the Chartplotter and the adapter plate, and I'm hoping that might sort of, you know, prevent some of the moisture getting to the, you know, to these screws. I don't know if it'll do anything, but at the very least it can't hurt, right? So first things first, I'm going to put a bead of butyl tape all around the outside of the Chartplotter. Alright, so I've got my butyl tape. I got this the other day. This stuff is amazing for bedding deck hardware from what I've been told, and it's what I'll be using when I rebed all my stanchions. But for now, it's a 3mm bead, and I'm going to put it around the outside of our Chartplotter. Alright, well that's it. So I've got the bead of butyl tape going around the outside. Now I'm just going to put the 4 bolts in. Alright, I've got the screws in just hand tight. Now I'm going to crank them down. You can see the butyl tape after I've tightened the screws down. I'm hoping that'll provide a really good seal. Alright, so we got it all cinched down now. So last thing we need to do is just put our trim piece on. And there we are. So now we just need to connect the power and the data, and let's hope it still works after all the mucking around we've done on it, alright? And that's data. Alright, I'm gonna go turn the navigation on. Let's hope for the best. Oh, I heard a beep. We can see the Marine pop up, so that's a good sign. The Marine startup menu is ticking through, so let's just see if everything works once it's on. And there we go. Oh well, Chartplotter's good to go. Now we just need some sailing.
Oh, you know you'll always have me.
If you are new to our channel, consider subscribing so you can join the adventure each week aboard Zephyr.
Your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far.